Hey fam, happy holidays. I hope you have had an amazing time with family over the last couple of weeks. It's hard to believe we are in a 6-day countdown as of today to 2023. You know, I was talking to a friend over the weekend and was trying to describe to her how this week feels to me. And as always, sports analogies, they are my go-to. It's that high school cheerleader in me, right? It takes over. And so, of course, this sports analogy comes to mind. I had to describe it to her as a week where it feels like I'm in the locker room before a big game, right? But only in my world, I play both the coach and the player. So how does this work? So as the coach this week, I'm reviewing film from 2022. I'm picking out like all the plays that worked. I'm looking and examining the ones that didn't work so that I can get busy sketching out my X's and my O's for the first quarter of 2023. Does that make sense? Football, I know. Or basketball too. But in this moment, when I start to put those X's and O's on the board, that's when I start to get hype and I start to take over the role of a player. My energy goes through the roof. I'm dreaming big. There's no idea that's bad, right? I am ready. So if you think about it in terms of 1 week where strategy meets my willingness to put in the work and sprinkled with a bunch of crazy optimism, that's what this week feels like to me. The locker room, right? And this process that I have been doing time and time again is a habit for me at this point, right? But this New Year's week, something about this New Year's week feels like the big game. It symbolizes a start of a new season, a new playbook, 4 new quarters to play, you know, and in just a few days, I'm going to be ready. So put me in coach, which is also me. All right. So why am I saying all this in a video message on a Monday, you know, in between holidays? Well, because I started writing about sprints in TechWire this year, and I started putting these 90-day sprints that I go through in my newsletter, and I get asked from time to time, like, what are you talking about? What do these sprints mean? You know, how do you think about these, Jess? And that is fair, because I know that I've been putting pictures of my Post-it notes on IG story or riffing about it on my podcast, right? But I've never taken these stops, the things that I do in my head, and put them in a framework. So they're in a framework, and we called it Reinvention Roadmap. If you're feeling sort of that same excitement and nervousness that I am this week, right, as we get closer to the new year, or you're all over the place, you don't know where to start. I sort of get that too, right? Planning your new year, planning this next sprint is critical. And you can run your thoughts and ideas through the same stops that I take when designing my 90-day sprint through the Reinvention Roadmap. So let's take a second break here and let's talk about vision boarding. So if you're into vision boarding, this is like, oh, I do vision boarding. I get it. I do too. But I'm often left feeling like, now what? What's supposed to happen now, right? It's one thing to cut and paste your goals onto a poster board. It's another thing to take the vision that you've put on that poster board and get it off the page and bring it to life, put some goals and milestones around them. Reinvention Roadmap solves for that. It's, think of it as a playful workbook that will take you through 6 fun and creative stops, culminating into a personal journey map and 90-day adventure chart. A lot of big words for like, plan that thing. Take that vision board and bring it to life. So if you want to steal some time away on a Saturday just for you, great. If you want to bring your family into it and do this thing over the table together, right? Set your year up together. Reinvention Roadmap was designed for that too. Maybe you want to invite your team or your colleagues. Yes. Girlfriends, bring them together, right? Do something over the weekend with mimosas or a brunch. All of that. You can do all of that. It's fun to share your goals and cheer each other along the way. And this tool was created for any of those scenarios. Now, a little bonus. I waited to the end to throw this little bonus if you made it down this far, right? We are offering a free online course with this roadmap. So it will be included with personal video examples from me at each stop to take you along the way. So you can grab Reinvention Roadmap today on Amazon. It's down in the newsletter that you're reading, right? You get a full color workbook. It'll be at your door in just a few days. And just remember that 2023 can change everything. 2023 could change everything. So dream, plan, and go. Let's do this thing together.